It's day 19 of my hike across the Pyrenees from the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea. It's 8 o'clock and I just finished the hardest bit of the trail, according to the guidebook. Hiked up quite steep and with some chains. And now look at this view. Last summer, I took on the GR11, an 850-kilometer long-distance trail across the Spanish Pyrenees, from the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea. In this video, I bring you along on the toughest day of this adventure so far. With some almost vertical climbs, hot weather, thousands of rocks and a long way to go. And I show you my favorite camp spot that came unexpected. Wingo is currently staying with my Trail Angel's parents. I decided it was too risky to bring him through these high altitude sections since they're unfamiliar terrain for both of us. So for now, it's just me, the mountains and you. Come along for the journey. I will share some tips and tales to help you get ready for life on trail. I'm Suzanne and this is Wingo. Together, we set out to experience life on the trail. Simple, wild, and free. And for a change, away from the sea. I already live pretty light. I travel on sailboats as crew or captain, and my van is my home base. But this was next level minimalism. I've done a bunch of shorter hikes of 1 to 2 weeks across, for example, Fuerteventura, Tenerife, the Picos de Europa, part of the GR7 that goes from Tarifa to Athens, and I did a wild jungle hike across the island of Dominica. But on those hikes, I was more the princess. My partner Jonathan, a very seasoned thru-hiker, always carried the tent and stove. Those were maximum 2-week hikes. This was my first long hike, my first solo hike, and Wingo's longest trail too. This time it was my turn to be fully self-sufficient. No shortcuts. Good morning. Time to hit the trail. I see a spider. It was a cold night. Started deflating the mud. Yeah, the tent is very wet. Alright, so I'm ready to roll. 12 minutes after waking up, I'm all up and start to get light. And I'm gonna go hike up this mountain to hopefully see the sunrise. Good morning this morning. Now that's a little bit light so I can say something in the camera and see myself. Yeah, there I woke up. Down there, and I'm almost at the lake. Very curious. I was very cold when I woke up, but just a little bit of an uphill climb, and I already removed a layer. And I'm gonna keep going so I can hopefully see the sunrise when I'm at the highest point. And here I am. No one else around yet. The magic of the morning in the mountains. Priceless. I'm happy I started this tough bit fresh in the morning, out of the sun. The forecast is with me. This would have been a different story in rain or clouds or snow. Part of the reason I started the trail in August is because then most of the snow has been melted. Mostly in this bit. Otherwise you have to bring mountaineering gear and it's a next level challenge. I wonder where the trail would go. According to the guidebook, yes, there's a guidebook about this trail. This stage is the hardest one of all, of the whole GR. So I feel ready, I feel prepared. I will drink a little bit and then we go up wherever that would be. I think it's there. I'm going. Right. There I need to go. Date. Getting a little bit of fuel before I start the climb. So far, so good. It's definitely doable. I'm really happy that I do this bit in the morning, early morning. Can you imagine how hot it would be here? Later in the day when the sun has been heating up all these dark and black rocks. No, it's perfect. I'm really lucky with the weather. Well, and to have planned it like this. Alright, I keep going. To have that sunrise on the top was a little bit too ambitious. I have a long climb to go. But these views are quite spectacular too. Epic. This is what I call epic. There I just walked. I think the guidebook was right here that this is the most difficult part of the trail. Look what I just did. There's a chain helping you to climb up this bit. And now look at this view. I'm happy I didn't bring Wingo for this part and to have trail angels around. The almost vertical climb would have been quite a challenge. But mostly all those thousands and thousands of rocks and boulders that came afterwards. This water is cold. Almost have a brain freeze. But yeah, I prefer to carry very little water, so my pack is lighter, and I figure that works for me. There's a lot of streams and water places you can source from, at least where I am now, and it's so much nicer if the pack is light. So it had been well, yeah, 2 hours with very little drinking, so I'm really happy to have found this stream. Today for breakfast we have the bread of yesterday with some cheese and butter. That's very hard because it's still quite cold. I'm drying the tent. It was a wet night and we have a beautiful view. It's quite a miracle I got through all of this without a single injury. It's one big obstacle run. And if this was the hardest bit, bring it on with the next stages. I'm super happy with having good telescope hiking poles. I found them on Wallapop, the Spanish second-hand marketplace. They were quite essential for this stage. If you're curious what I'm carrying across this mountain range, I made a video where I walked through my pack. I link to it in the description. So far, one of the most riskiest things I found hiking this trail is coming across other hikers and looking them in the eyes to say hello. It makes you not watch your feet and it's easy to misstep. It's also one of the most fun bits. Every day I meet a couple of other GR11 hikers. Few of them do the whole route and very few of them are females. Of the 25 or so people I've met so far hiking the full GR11, only 2 were women. And many I met had to quit because of injuries, time limits, or just the mountain saying no. Fields and fields of blueberries. If you're thinking of doing a trail like this, give yourself a good time window. That way you can hike with the weather, with your feelings and your needs, and truly embrace every single moment. Just had a little picnic and I'm now on stage 15 and it's wow. There's some waterfalls in the background and I am navigating through raspberry and blackberry fields once again, and I hadn't had any fruit for today, so it's a lovely welcome the trail provides once again. And yeah, I'm taking some variant of the GR11 because you could either go all the way down to the village and then up again. I don't need anything the trail provides, so I'm taking a variant that stays in higher altitudes, and well, it's beautiful. So let's see how far I reach today. I'm actually aiming to finish this stage today as well. Feeling very good, fit, the weather is lovely, so why not? But let's see how far I get. There's camping and shelter options along the way, so seguimos. Otherwise you would have to go all the way down and then switch back up. Now the instructions are to follow this tube and then the trail reconnects. I don't do a stage a day. I hike them according to the weather and how I feel. It was only 15 kilometers left until the end of the stage. Ah, here we go. I thought I would easily make it. No way. On the map I scouted a cabana, which I aim for the day. Cabanas are like super basic shelter huts where you just roll out your mat and have a roof above your head. Sometimes there's a fireplace, table and even a bed. As I get higher, more and more of these are in the zone. I will show them to you in some of the next videos. Now this starts to get exciting. We have a tunnel coming up. Let's see if I fit. Ooh. Oh, that's not easy with a backpack. It's nice and cool here. Ooh. Okay. And then I'm filming this too. Multi-talented. Okay, I made it. That was it for the tunnel. For this one, another tunnel. Ooh, this is a long one. Let's see. I see lights at the end of the tunnel. For this one I almost needed a head torch. Almost there. Oop. Mind your step. But I made it. I didn't reach my goal for the day. It may only be 15 kilometers away, but that doesn't say anything about the time it takes you to get there. Etapa 15 was largely over rocks and boulders, and every single step needs focus. At one point, my speed was close to 1 kilometer an hour. Also, it was a very hot day. There was a long, busy day. I woke up at 6 and now I just pitched a tent at like 7:30. I had a break here and there, but not long ones. Here I am, next to a beautiful stream. I took Waterfront, Waterfront today. The view is spectacular. And I'm heating up my sleeping bag with the food. I already prepared some food. It's soaking warmly in my sleeping bag, so I get nice and warm. I think this was the toughest day so far of the GR11. What did I do? Stage 14 and now I'm on 15. And it was just lots and lots and lots of rocks. I think I stepped on over thousands of rocks today. I don't know if you can see it. It starts to become grassy again, which is nice. Tomorrow I just have to go downhill. And yeah, got some blisters, almost blisters as well. So I can really feel the impact of this tough day, but I'm happy. I have food. I have beautiful views. It's really nice. I'm gonna enjoy this moment. With about 8 kilometers of trail left to the cabana, I ended up pitching the tent at one of the most beautiful spots so far. Just finished a delicious meal with a spectacular sunset. Still going on a little bit. I'm now gonna do the dishes. Done. Check this out. And not a single soul inside. No cows either. I've seen a couple of marmots hopping around. There is a lot of cow poo, so they are around, but not this evening. And I'm gonna snuggle into my bed. I'm done for the day. Good night. I love that you can just pitch your little home wherever you are. And that the tent still withholds. I put the alarm at 6 o'clock for the next day, and I'll see you in the next video. Would you be up for doing a long distance hike like this one? What would you like to learn or see more of? Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. It's free and helps me to make more outdoor adventure, travel, lifestyle videos. And of course, you won't miss out on the next one, which is going to be spectacular as I enter a national park. Hasta luego!